I'm just gonna make a video. That's what I'm gonna do.
Who wouldn't want to see those purple and pink dolphins?
Bring the purple and pink dolphin. Show it to the camera.
It's kind of in the way, huh?
It is kind of in the way, but now everyone has seen the purple. That's fine. There we go. Props. Oh my goodness, the camera's rolling.
It's magical and mystical.
Hi, this is Dan McDonald. I'm the Life Regenerator, and I've got props. Actually, I've got a real simple recipe for you. It's pretty cool though. It's every raw fooder knows this recipe, but there's a lot of people out there, I realize, that might not know how to make a really super simple spaghetti. And I've got some Sun Gold tomatoes, which are the best flavored, sweetest, nice acidy tomatoes. And so it's real key for the flavor of the tomatoes is real key. And this is the time of year when you're going to be getting good tomatoes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some of these, I'm going to put all of them in the Vitamixer here. If I can get some of them in there, that'll be nice. Come on, baby. Alright, we only lost one on the floor. So that's a bunch of, ooh, that's a lot of tomatoes in the Vitamix. And I've got a nice handful of basil here. Just the leaves. Took all the stems off. You can throw the stems in if you're on a budget or whatever. The Vitamix pulverizes everything real good. Okay. So this is a zucchini spaghetti. I've already spent about 10 minutes wheeling up probably 6 zucchinis already. I didn't want to take up too much of your valuable time, but I did want to show you a couple of them here. So I've got a bowl of that, and I'll do the sauce here in a second. But let me show you how we do the zucchini noodles. This is a spiralizer, and I've got 2 different types of zucchini, and they both work really well. And I think this one is a bit softer, to be honest with you, so it's a little bit more chewable. But we're really spoiled around here. You see, we've got 15 different kinds of zucchinis at the farmers markets around here. Most of you are probably going to go find this bad boy. When you go to use a spiralizer, which I think they're $30 or $40 or something like that. Yeah, I mean, very inexpensive, very useful. You can do cucumbers. You can also do butternut squash. You take the top off and you can make butternut squash noodles. Those are a little bit more hearty and much more readily available in the fall and the winter. When I pick out the zucchinis for the spiralizer, I try to get the straightest ones possible because otherwise it's like weeble wobbling. This is a really great straight one. This was the straightest one I had, so I saved it for the video. So what I'm gonna do is, hopefully you can see a little bit there, is I just cut a nice flat on the top and cut a nice flat on the bottom. And you can make a great cucumber salad. I put that on the DVD. I'll tell it to you now. And that is just a cucumber in the spiralizer, or slices. If you don't have one of these, you can make it with a knife. And then you take some honey and vinegar, and you mix the honey and vinegar and pour that over the top of the cucumbers. You have a Japanese cucumber salad. It's on one of the DVDs. But it's really one of my favorites, and it's really simple and energizing and cleansing, and it's really cooling in the summer. And you can also throw some poppy seeds in there, and it's really good. So I thought I'd throw there another recipe for you, because I know the practicality of the recipes is essential. You know what I mean? Like, you get to the point where I'm at, and you don't need so many recipes. I mean, we had coconut and wheatgrass for breakfast and a melon. And then we had melons for lunch, and now this is our dinner. And so you don't really need a lot of recipes when you get to the fruit and green juice phase of the game. But when you're just getting started, the recipes are very useful. What happens is sometimes it kind of strips out at the end, and so it was stripped out at the end, so I got to turn it over. And then I just gotta, it doesn't stick to usually there's suction cups on the bottom here, and it sticks to most countertops, so it's a lot more convenient. But on the wood surface here, on the wood board, it doesn't stick so well, so I just have to hold it up here and wheel it. But you can see that you get some pretty nice noodles. I'll show you in a minute what you get. And, you know, these simple recipes are key because you want to eat simple, pure, wholesome foods. I know there's a lot of people out there struggling, and most people are never going to be like 100% raw vegan. I don't think it's necessary. You could say that it's a detox diet. More of the fruits and the green juice are more of a detox diet. I'm a perpetual detoxer, but I'm working on some stuff. But it's not. It's detoxification of the soul. So it's a little bit different style. The toxemia runs very deep as far as the inoculations, vaccinations, the oxygen and air we breathe, a lot of different tissue weaknesses from genetics and things like that. And it's really hard. You can't just go fruits and vegetable diet for like 6 months and say the fruits and vegetables don't work because you never did get detoxed in that time. This takes a little bit more than I think the average person has been able to learn about and study, going to the deepest levels of regeneration and healing through the raw food diet. So that's why one of the main things that I'm always sharing is, take your time, be patient. If you're dealing with some stuff, it took you 30, 40, 50 years to get, overweight and develop a chronic disease. It's not you going on a raw food diet for 6 months is not going to heal your adrenal burnout. It's not going to release the inflammation and the scar tissue that you built up over a lifetime of coffee, drugs, meat, and acid-forming foods, And when you pull out those acid-forming and stimulating foods, you're more than likely going to feel tired for a while because we're in a society that's living off of those stimulating foods. And our lifestyles are so that it's almost like imperative to be on stimulants. So I really had to adjust my life according to my ideals. So I'm not a hyped up CEO type. I just wouldn't want to go to an office every day and compete for more money. But if I was, I might need to pull out the coffee and the donuts and the stimulants and the meat and the spices and things like that to generate more of that cellular stimulation to go out there and get stuff, make stuff happen in that way. I'm not trying to be negative. I am just more, there's different contexts in which to approach the raw food or health or life. So I just do what I do, and that's all. I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to, basically, the overall message is to eat more fruits and vegetables for people. And then, if you want to get into the intensity of the complete healing and regeneration through the raw foods, the fasting, and the deep tissue detoxification, then I think you're going to definitely be in it to win it for the long haul. And it just takes some time to regenerate those tired and worn out cells. And when you pull out the stimulating foods like meat and sugar and a lot of the spices and things, you really go flat. Your neurons go flat. They miss that stimulation. Your cells go flat because you've done so much stimulation that it takes a while to rebuild those tired adrenaline glands, and thyroid gets clogged up, and there's a lot of acid waste that is accumulated on, in, and around those particular endocrine glands in the cardiovascular system, and the nervous system picks up heavy metals from a lot of the shots that we were given as kids. So there's a lot going on, and so that's why I continue to just share in a, as best as I can within certain contexts, and then that's the limitation that I've got, So I just, at the end of the day, love and faith and hope and patience and calmness and peacefulness and a stress-free life and nature and fresh air and getting to bed on time, it's all goes in there. Why you want to live a responsible lifestyle, and really try to emulate nature as much as possible. But I'm very aware, my friend, that in this time it can be very challenging to do that. So that's why I don't get crazy. This is just some celery, I don't get too crazy, you know, trying to get people to change or anything. I just encourage a lot more fruits and vegetables. And then if you really do want to clean yourself out and remove a lot of that inflammation, you can do that. And you can do that with the raw foods, the fruits, the green juices, and then at the top echelons you can do that with the water fasting when you get the time and the fortitude and the ability to do that. So, and again, I was just going to make a real simple recipe, but there's always things on my mind of the comments that I view and whatnot. Some of them are, most of the comments are very kind and loving, and I appreciate that. Some of them are critical. And one thing I would like to admit is that for the most part, generally, when I am being criticized, I want them to know that they're right. And I have to accept that part about my humanness, and that's one of the things that's really been a blessing to me lately, is really accepting that all that criticism and saying to myself, you know, that person is right, and I'm just a human being, and if I could be like Jesus, I would. And if I could be perfect and have all the answers and know everything about everything and never make a mistake or anything like that, I would, but I don't. So but when I accept that, like when I accept and say, hey, these critical people are right, you know, then I sort of alleviate a lot of pressure. So it's been really cool just to accept the complete and total fullness of the human experience. Sorry, I'm totally unable to make videos where I just get in and make a recipe. That was what I was going to do, but once I see that red light, I think of the thousands of people and the hundreds of people that write to me every day, and I sort of have this automatic kind of thing happens to me, you know, and I keep this channel rolling along energetically, and I'm not even sure why I do any of it. I'm willing to bet that, oh, that's pretty good. I was going to say I might throw an avocado in there. I do feel a little need for some essential fatty acids. I've got some Udo's oil, I've got some avocados. I might blend a little bit of one of those because I have I get this real intuitive thing, and I feel the intuition of some fats. But that's a real good recipe there. And of course, you could put garlic in there, Italian herbs. You could chop some onion on top of this, throw some olives in there, even put some tomato chunks, cucumbers, anything. I just put celery and the noodles from the zucchini, and then I'm going to throw the sauce over the top of the Sun Gold tomato sauce. And then if Sophia wants to put a little salt on there or anything like that, then she can do that, and anyone else too as well. That's just the basic thing. I feel really the best when I eat that super clean way lately, and it really helps me to keep my energy clear. So thank you very much for watching this video. I didn't really get to express what I wanted to express, but the only way that I could really ever do that would be to see you face to face, look you in the eyes, and be silent. And I think that at that time, then you'd be able to really feel and see my intention. It would be right here, and it would be right here. It would just come around you, and you would just understand where I've been trying to come from since I started this thing 3.5 years ago. So thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you are eating your fruits and vegetables and doing all the other lifestyle changes that you can to live a good, peaceful, quality, very service-oriented lifestyle. I know a lot of you struggle with the food, And I know a lot of you struggle with different drugs, different addictions. And I think that the more raw foods that one eats, no matter if you're a paleo or if you're like whatever, all the different names that they have. I'm a fruit and vegetalist. Throw in some nuts and seeds every once in a while, I'm good to go. Toothpick man, looking up this way, just working on some type of awakening. Can't really explain it to you. It's doing it to me, and I'm just trying to go along with it. So, thank you for your time. It's always a lot of fun for me to make these videos. And I like to end it with thank you for subscribing to these videos, and also thank you for signing up for the Insiders Club. I sent a pretty cool video over there today sharing a little bit about the epic adventure that is to come, and I look forward to continue on with the video making art, and hopefully it helps you in some way or another to improve your life and become a better person. Thank you. Oh, hold on a second. I know I heard about 500 people say something. Gotta try it. Gotta try it. I already know it's hella good because these Sun Gold tomatoes are crazy good. I got 4 pints left still. Maybe we'll have those for the party tomorrow. Here we go, here we go. Oh, look at these noodles. They're awesome. And the other thing too is you can cut the noodles. You can take your knife. I like to leave them long. It's fun for me. I'm like a kid. But you can take the noodles, chop them up, and then you can just add so many cool things to this. You can just have so much fun. It's like olives would be epic, and garlic and onions and all the cool stuff that is really cool. And I don't care what people eat, man. I just know that love is the most important thing of all, I love simple stuff, It took me a long time to get there, but I love the simple taste of food, Simple, pure, wholesome foods. Amen.